Hey team, welcome to the Coach's Corner. This is Niall, I'm JP, and this is the week ahead. This is the first of two videos each week. This first one gives us an overview of the CrossFit program and how to get the most out of it. And the second one is a specific look at the week ahead, each of those sessions and how you might break them down for yourself. So, now, what's CrossFit Method?
So, as you may or may not know, CrossFit is constantly varied functional movements performed at high intensity. And one of the common kind of misconceptions is, what is high intensity? So we're trying to explain this. We're going to make it simple. Intensity is a spectrum or kind of like a range of percentages, and low intensity might be considered 0 to 33%. Moderate intensity might be 33 to 66, and then high intensity can be anything from 66 up to 95, 100, and maximal intensity would be 95% or higher. So what we're seeing is there's a broad different level of intensities, but specifically high intensity still spans quite a broad level. And so one of the common things that we kind of see is people confuse high intensity, which could be 66%, 70%, 80%, with maximal. And so when people are coming in on a daily basis, they're taking the high intensity and they're just smashing themselves with maximal intensity. So it's kind of a little bit more nuanced than that, and we kind of want to kind of help people understand that they can pick and choose their intensity on a daily basis, and they will get more out of their training from that.
Yeah, and that's really what our second video each week is going to be doing, is looking at the week specifically ahead and which sessions might be good ones to go hard at and which ones maybe to lower.
Yeah, because certain workouts will lend themselves to high intensity. So the workout that we're going to do this afternoon, testing ahead for next week, is Isabel, and it lends itself to high intensity. 30 snatches for time. It's going to be a short time to be in, and it's a single movement, so we can get kind of amped up, dialed in, and we can kind of push into that high, even almost maximal intensity for that session.
Yeah. So what we kind of look at then as an overview, most people will be coming somewhere between 3 and 5 times a week, and I think there's a bit of a difference there as to how you should approach your week depending on which side of that scale you fall on.
Yeah, so if you're coming 3 times a week and you're not doing any other kind of meaningful exercise, you're not playing another sport, or you're not, and you perhaps don't have a very active outside life, then you're going to want to make sure that all your workouts are in that high intensity bracket, and there is still room to kind of for a bit of maneuver there.
Yeah, because we need to get a good dose response from the gym. Like it's like if you're taking medicine, you need to get the right dosage in order to get the right effect.
Yeah. Where some people kind of maybe run into problems with fatigue and maybe leading up to injuries, and then it kind of having a knock-on effect on their kind of health and their life outside of the gym, is if you're coming 5 times a week, and perhaps maybe you've got an active job that has you doing maybe physical labour or something like that, is then if we're coming in and we're pushing that kind of high intensity all the time, we start to see kind of burnout, maybe even regression, kind of just general fatigue, lack of motivation creeps into kind of the training, and that can be, we can plan against that.
Yeah.
By being a little bit more selective with which workouts we choose to push, which workouts we choose to kind of maybe go a little bit easier on.
And again, that's what that second video is for, is to help you modulate your intensity through the week, especially if you're in that high frequency category, or you need to be selective with which of those workouts you're coming in for in order to get the right dose response.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be breaking down each session as to the opportunity for going full retard on it, or if it's more of a skill based, or there's an opportunity there to maybe back off the intensity and work some of those progressions to set you up for success, not just this year but next year, in 5 years, 10 years time.
Yeah, and it is just about taking complete ownership of your training and being a little bit more invested in it, like just a little, like 5 or 10% more thought on your part, will get a lot more out of it. It's a difference between when we're working with clients on a one-to-one basis, we're doing that for them.
Yeah.
They don't get to choose their loading, they don't get to choose their reps, that's all done for them. When you're in a group, to get the most out of it, you have to be thinking about that, and then you can have that conversation with the coach. And maybe if a coach is standing at a whiteboard and they're saying, today's go day, today, tomorrow, we're going, today today's Fran, we're going to absolutely nail it, but it's maybe you've already decided in your head that, you know, no, I'm going to drop the intensity back, I'm going to focus on my pull-up technique today, and you can just let the coach know, and they're not going to be
they're not going to hassle you all session, getting frustrated, wondering why you're sandbagging whenever it was a conscious choice.
Yeah.
Fitted into a more intelligent, system.
Yeah.
So it gives you the opportunity here to have an intelligent outlook with a mature attitude to your training.
And ultimately, you're going to get better results from it. The kind of going hard all the time is not the best way to get the best results, as much as kind of people maybe think it is or want it to be. Yeah.
So thanks for checking this out. Check out next week's sessions in the next video, and we'll see you there.